Welcome to Bills Nation Daily, your ultimate daily dose of everything Buffalo Bills. Hit that subscribe button and join the most passionate Bills fans as we break down all the latest news, highlights, and game analysis. Go Bills, the story that has been circulating behind the scenes around the Buffalo organization has taken on a life of its own, and the whispers are getting louder with every passing hour. According to people close to the locker room, the sudden dismissal of an assistant coach has sent shockwaves through the building, creating an atmosphere thick with tension, suspicion, and unanswered questions. What began as quiet murmurs about internal disagreements allegedly escalated into a full-blown scandal that forced leadership to act quickly and decisively. Sources describe Sean McDermott as absolutely furious, feeling blindsided by actions that he believed crossed a line of trust and professionalism. The sense inside the organization is that this was not a simple performance-related decision, but rather the result of something deeper, something that challenged the core values McDermott has worked so hard to establish. Players reportedly noticed a shift in energy during practices, with conversations stopping abruptly when coaches entered rooms and meetings feeling unusually rigid. Even those accustomed to the pressure cooker environment of professional football sensed that something serious was unfolding. The dismissal itself was handled with remarkable speed, fueling speculation that the situation had reached a breaking point long before the public ever caught wind of it. For fans watching from the outside, this feels like one of those moments when a franchise's internal culture is tested, and the way leadership responds could shape everything that comes next. As the rumor mill keeps spinning, more details are emerging about what may have pushed McDermott to such an intense reaction. Insiders suggest that the assistant coach in question was allegedly involved in behavior that clashed directly with the disciplined, team-first philosophy that McDermott preaches relentlessly. There are whispers of internal power struggles, of voices trying to assert influence where it was not welcomed, and of decisions being questioned behind closed doors. McDermott, known for his firm control and clear expectations, reportedly saw this as a direct challenge to his authority and to the unified message he wants echoed throughout the organization. People close to the situation claim that meetings became heated, with raised voices and hard stares replacing the usual calm professionalism. Some players are said to have felt caught in the middle, unsure of where loyalty should lie as tension built among the coaching staff. The idea that a trusted member of the coaching circle could be involved in an internal scandal has only amplified the sense of betrayal. From the outside, it may look like a sudden overreaction, but those familiar with McDermott's mindset believe this was a long-simmering issue that finally boiled over. In that context, the firing feels less like an impulsive move and more like a calculated statement. What makes this situation even more intriguing is how tightly controlled the official messaging has been. The organization has offered little more than vague explanations, which only adds fuel to the speculative fire. Fans and analysts alike are reading between the lines, trying to piece together what was so severe that it warranted such a swift and quiet dismissal. The silence has been interpreted by some as an attempt to protect the broader locker room from further distraction, while others believe it signals legal or reputational concerns lurking beneath the surface. McDermott's reputation as a leader who values integrity above all else has shaped how this story is being received. Many assume that whatever happened must have crossed a moral or ethical boundary, because he is not known for rash decisions. Players, meanwhile, are said to be rallying around their head coach, viewing his anger as a sign that standards still matter. At the same time, there is unease about how this internal fracture could impact trust moving forward. When a coaching staff loses a member under such circumstances, it inevitably raises questions about oversight, communication, and accountability. This is the kind of moment that can either fracture a team or strengthen it, depending on how the aftermath is handled. Inside the building, the emotional ripple effects are reportedly still being felt. Some staff members are described as shaken, not just by the dismissal itself, but by the intensity of McDermott's response. Those who have worked with him for years say they have rarely seen him this visibly angry, which underscores how serious the alleged misconduct must have been. The assistant coach's departure has forced others to take on additional responsibilities, creating a sense of urgency and adjustment at a time when focus is critical. Players have noticed McDermott addressing the team with a sharper edge, emphasizing accountability, discipline, and unity in ways that feel more pointed than usual. The underlying message seems clear: no one is bigger than the culture. Still, there is an undercurrent of curiosity and concern. Human nature being what it is, unanswered questions linger in hallways and whispered conversations. Was this an isolated incident or a symptom of deeper issues within the coaching structure? That uncertainty can be unsettling, especially in an environment where trust and clarity are essential. Yet, some believe that McDermott's decisive action could ultimately reinforce his authority and reset expectations across the board. From a broader perspective, this situation highlights how fragile stability can be in a high-pressure professional sports environment. One internal scandal, even if details remain murky, can threaten to derail months or years of careful planning. McDermott has built his reputation on consistency and control, so any hint of chaos cuts against the image he has cultivated. Observers speculate that his anger stems not only from the alleged actions themselves, but from the potential damage to the team's public perception in a league where narratives spread fast and linger long. Protecting the organization's identity becomes paramount. By acting swiftly, McDermott may be attempting to draw a firm line, signaling to everyone inside and outside the building that standards will be enforced without hesitation. At the same time, the lack of transparency leaves room for exaggerated theories and dramatic interpretations. Fans are left to wonder how this might affect preparation, morale, and long-term cohesion. While some believe the team will quickly move past this, others see it as a crack that could widen if not carefully managed. The speculation also raises questions about the future of the coaching staff as a whole. Whenever an assistant coach is dismissed under controversial circumstances, it invites scrutiny of the entire hierarchy. Are there philosophical differences that have been papered over until now? Were warning signs missed? McDermott, known for his meticulous approach, will likely use this moment to reassess not just roles, but relationships. Insiders suggest there could be subtle shifts in responsibility and communication designed to prevent similar issues from arising again. For the remaining staff, this is a clear reminder that alignment with the head coach's vision is not optional. Every meeting, every decision, every interaction now carries added weight. The pressure to perform and conform simultaneously can be intense, but it is also part of the culture McDermott has long advocated. In that sense, the dismissal serves as both a consequence and a cautionary tale. The question that lingers is whether this episode will ultimately strengthen the organization's resolve or expose vulnerabilities that others may try to exploit. As the dust slowly settles, the second phase of this unfolding story is just beginning, shaped less by what happened and more by how everyone responds. McDermott's fury, while alarming to some, may also be interpreted as a passionate defense of principles he believes are non-negotiable. Those close to him say he takes personal responsibility for the culture he oversees, which means any breach feels like a personal failure as much as a professional one. That mindset could drive him to double down on structure, communication, and accountability in the weeks ahead. Players might see increased emphasis on unity, with leadership reinforcing the idea that distractions cannot be allowed to fracture focus. At the same time, the absence of the dismissed assistant coach creates a void, both practically and emotionally. Someone will need to step into that space, and how smoothly that transition occurs could influence the overall mood. In professional sports, stability often hinges on perception as much as reality. If the team believes leadership is strong and decisive, confidence can be restored quickly. The rumor-driven nature of this situation means that stories will continue to evolve, sometimes drifting far from the truth without concrete information. Every small gesture or comment becomes a clue in the eyes of fans and media. McDermott's body language, his tone in interviews, even the way practices are run will be dissected for meaning. Some speculate that his anger is also directed inward, a reflection of frustration that he did not detect the issue sooner. Others believe he is simply unwilling to tolerate anything that undermines trust. Whatever the case, the head coach now finds himself managing not just a team but a narrative. How he balances transparency with discretion will be critical. Too much silence invites wild speculation, while too much openness risks escalating the controversy. Navigating that line requires experience and confidence, qualities McDermott has demonstrated before. This moment, however, feels uniquely challenging because it strikes at the heart of leadership and culture. For the players, the situation presents both a distraction and a rallying point. Some may feel unsettled, wondering how internal conflicts among coaches might affect their own roles and futures. Others may take comfort in the idea that standards are enforced consistently, regardless of position or status. The locker room reaction could ultimately determine whether this episode fades into the background or leaves a lasting mark, veteran voices are likely emphasizing focus, reminding everyone that external noise cannot dictate internal performance. At the same time, trust in leadership is being tested. McDermott's anger, while understandable, must be channeled into clarity and reassurance. If players sense instability or lingering resentment, it could erode cohesion. Conversely, if they see decisive leadership followed by steady guidance, confidence could actually grow. This delicate balance underscores why moments like these are so pivotal in a season's arc. Looking ahead, the broader implications of this scandal remain uncertain. In the world of professional football, reputations are shaped by how adversity is handled. McDermott's response will be remembered not just for the firing itself, but for the environment he cultivates afterward. Will this be framed as a necessary purge that reinforces values, or as a warning sign of internal discord? Much depends on what, if anything, eventually comes to light. Until then, speculation will continue to fill the gaps, fueled by the dramatic image of a furious head coach determined to protect his program for fans. This story offers a glimpse behind the curtain, a reminder that success is built on fragile human relationships as much as talent and strategy. Whether this episode becomes a footnote or a turning point will be revealed only with time. But for now, it stands as one of the most intriguing and emotionally charged rumors surrounding the organization. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. Speculation further intensifies as insiders weigh the potential for Trubisky's return to a starting role versus a supporting or mentorship position, debating how his experience could influence both team performance and locker room dynamics. Analysts note that a quarterback of his caliber in history offers a unique combination of tactical understanding and adaptability, capable of shaping team strategy even without immediate on-field dominance. Rumors suggest that his candid admission of reaching his limits may prompt teams to reevaluate communication structures, player support systems, and leadership models, emphasizing the human dimensions of performance alongside technical skill. Observers emphasize that the announcement opens avenues for strategic recalibration, as franchises consider both immediate tactical benefits and long-term developmental impacts, integrating player satisfaction into broader organizational objectives. Fans engage in heated debates, theorizing which offensive systems would maximize Trubisky's strengths, from read-heavy approaches to mobile-focused designs, while also considering how his presence might influence the growth of younger quarterbacks and team cohesion. At its core, this evolving story illustrates the multifaceted nature of professional sports, blending speculation, strategy, human psychology, and the relentless pursuit of both individual fulfillment and collective success, ensuring that every discussion surrounding Trubisky's departure remains rich with intrigue, analysis, and anticipation for what lies ahead in the NFL landscape. As analysts, fans, and insiders continue to dissect the unfolding saga, attention increasingly focuses on the broader implications of Trubisky's departure, reflecting larger trends in the league regarding player empowerment, career management, and organizational accountability. Rumors about his potential destinations, system compatibility, and mentorship opportunities intersect with commentary on market dynamics, draft strategies, and long-term planning, highlighting the complexity of professional sports decision-making. Observers note that the quarterback's declaration about reaching his limit underscores the importance of mental and emotional well-being, signaling a shift in how teams, media, and fans perceive athlete agency. Speculation continues to drive narrative momentum, as experts propose possible scenarios for rejuvenation, strategic fit, and career reinvention, blending technical evaluation with human-centered storytelling. Fans eagerly imagine both immediate and long-term outcomes, weighing the excitement of potential triumphs against the challenges inherent in transitions and adaptations, while media coverage amplifies every nuance of rumor and insider insight. In the end, Trubisky's departure becomes a rich narrative not only about a player leaving a team, but about ambition, resilience, and the evolving dynamics of professional football, captivating the imagination of everyone who follows the drama, speculation, and strategy that define the modern NFL. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.